global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. LG autonomy have been an issue that most Nigerians have been discussing, and some believe that it is an ideal thing. But political strategists believe that all of this is done towards impoverishing and also holding the local government chairman at the neck so that when the set time comes, they will give Tinubu the required support that he needs, considering the fact that it is no more in the hands of the governor to give them their finances, but in the hands of the federal government. We are going to take a dive into one of Nigeria's political elite, the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in the 2023 election, as he threw more light on the reason why Tinubu decided to take the step he did using the court. But what actually happened was that he came out successful for the federal government, came out successful against the 36 state governors. But then a lot of people believe that why they gave it to him, there was a particular reason. We're going to be looking at that in details. Now, according to the news, the vice presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in the 2023 election, Ahmed Buhari, has voiced his opposition to the widely celebrated Supreme Court judgment that granted financial autonomy to local government in Nigeria. Buhari believes that President Tinubu is implementing this autonomy to secure political support at the grassroots level for the 2027 elections. Recently, Nigeria's Supreme Court ruled that it is illegal and unconstitutional for governors to receive and withhold funds allocated to local government area in their state. The court mandated that funds should be paid directly to local government council by the federation. Furthermore, the ruling stripped governors of the power to dissolve elected local government council and replace them with caretaker committees. Despite this support for local government autonomy, Buhari expressed skepticism about the motivation behind the judgment. He argued that President Tinubu moves aim to strengthen his political base at the grassroots level, potentially to counterbalance the influence of state governors who might contest against him in the future. It is a political move, so he said. He went further to state, so if I want to come back to office in 2027, I might not necessarily win the loyalty of the governors because most of them might also want to contest against me. He's trying to put himself in the shoes of Tinubu, and that's why he's talking that way. Say, but if I can win the loyalty of the people at the grassroots where the real votes are, they know that the money comes directly from me to them. They have access to me. We are leaving the governors hanging, and we can even remove the governors if we want, Buhari stated when he was being interviewed. He also raised concern about potential misappropriation of funds by local government chairmen, suggesting that they might face prosecution by anti-graft agencies similar to the issues faced by state governors. He advocated for a technology-driven system to enhance accountability, transparency, and efficiency in governance. According to him, he says, now the federal government will know there is a misappropriation. The council chairmen are messing up. Look, we gave you this amount and you only used 2% for this project. Where is the 98%? The federal government will now say, we need something from you. Give us XYZ amount of support and vote for the next election. Done and sealed. Bam. That was what he actually said. And I must say that this is clear-cut definition of that victory they got. I'm talking about the true meaning of that victory they got in the local government, in the Supreme Court against the governor. Right now, the governors are the ones in the middle, and they can be kicked out anytime because if, for example, the president is not comfortable with you sitting there as a governor, it takes him nothing. It takes him nothing. I fund the local government directly. So the next thing I do, I kick you out. And how do I do that? Using the grassroots. Come on. Local government chairman, mobilize support for me. We don't want that PDP governor to be there. We don't want that Labour Party governor to be there. Mobilize support for me. And, as much as we'll be looking at it from the perspective of the presidency, building political base for himself. At the same time, it's going to kind of force the governors to be accountable because before now, they have a way around it whereby the local government chairman have no option than to campaign for them. But this time around, the people will look at them with the eyes or with the lens of accountability. Oga, before we give you our support, because right now there's a contest for you to be kicked out. But before we think of kicking you out, show us detail by detail the things you did. How much did you influence the people? So somehow the governors have been held in the neck, and nobody can tell what 2027 will look like, because we are going to see landslide surprises. We will see governors who thought they had gotten a hold of their political structure in the state being kicked out surprisingly, because it takes nothing. After all, when we are talking about the issue of politics in Nigeria, we are talking about interest. Nobody loves your face. Nobody cares to know what you're doing. Everybody looks at what can you offer. So if someone at the other side have a better offer for me as a local government chairman, is going to possibly help me to, he will stop my funding, and for me to be ensured that my funding keeps coming and everything I ask for is being supplied to me, I need to give him the required support. And I think that is just it. At the same time, even as the local government chairmen are going to be mini gods now, demigods in Nigeria, because they are going to start flaunting themselves and taking care of their local government as though it was a state. The people, they are going to be heavily accountable to the people. And just like it has been rightly pointed out, most of them will leave their offices straight to, EFCC's net. You understand why? Because unfortunately, as this thing is happening, the people will be there to give full account of what they have done. And I mean, the local government autonomy is going to raise a lot of issues between the governor and the local government chairman. Most of them will be contesting against him and will kick him out. Why? Because number one, they have the money now. Imagine, for example, a local government chairman who never tested as much as 60 million naira. This time around is given as much as, 100 million naira, given as much as 800 million naira. Come on. I can assure you that they can build enough financial base to fight any governor out of the seat. And it will take just the support of the central, talking about the federal government, for them to do their work very well. So right now, the people hanging and the people heavily being disadvantaged is actually the governor, except they just know how to play their game. Because at the time they're about to come in, you need to ensure you regulate the system in such a way that their loyalty will still not be in doubt. And how they are going to do that is one big question that no one can answer. The only answer we can give is possibly they are going to be very, very instrumental and very forceful in the area of independent electoral commissions in their state. Don't forget that those independent electoral commission, number one, the chairman of that commission is appointed by the state governor. So he has a lot of work to do, to remote control things to ensure that whoever the governor deems fit to enter into that office is the person that will enter. But at the same time, like what had happened between Fubara and Wike, you can't be so sure that when the person assumes office, he will give you that level of loyalty. All what it takes is money. After all, what money cannot do, more money can do. So right now, that more monies are coming into their pocket, they can stand up to even fight the state governor to a standstill, and he has nothing to do. After all, as we are talking right now, we know that there is nothing like state police, which would have been a better instrument in the hands of the governor. So, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting political future for Nigeria. Let's watch to see if some of the predictions of Buhari Ahmed, the former vice presidential candidate of the ADC in the 2023 election, is actually.
Global happenings today.